All right, got my coffee. It's having a little bit, I'm not sure if I can hold the phone like this, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. This is a follow-up to Debbie's video. If you guys are watching Debbie's topic from this morning, it was off the charts. The discussion went into some great places. I think I'm stuttering. I got so much coffee in me, I'm stuttering. But so let me set the stage. So the topic kind of walked down the path of what do we do, right? Like, we're in this mess, and what do we do? And I had this, Debbie, sometimes, listen, get yourself some smart friends. Oh my God, get yourself some really intelligent friends, because human beings, we have this pack intelligence, right? Like, and I'm not talking about anything I want to talk about this morning, but human beings, we have this pack intelligence. It's kind of like a cat, right? You think about a cat, a tabby cat, mind you. A tabby cat existed in a time with short-faced bears, possibly velociraptors, lions, tigers, wolves, you name it, and they survived. Why? Because their intelligence is all rolled up in one little creature, right? One little thing. We're not that way. We never have been that way. We have pack intelligence, right? Like, we're, as a whole, we figure these things out, and they require observation and sharing and empathy, love, and all that great stuff. So get yourself some smart friends, because they don't always walk down to the final discussion point, the final solution, but they can definitely walk you in that right direction. Your ignorant friends, kind of put them on block a little bit. Don't pay so much attention to them. So anyway, I'm listening to Debbie this morning. She's kind of going through, well, what do we do? What do we do? Like, how do we get out of this mess? And Guy chimes in, Joe chimes in. I don't know, we'll call him Joe Billionaire. I don't know if he is. But chimes in, and he's kind of like, well, you're not taking it from us. You go get a job, leave my money alone, blah, 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 blah. And that's the right response. Why? Because the Democrats kind of play this narrative up, and I'm just, bear with me for a minute if you're a Democrat. I really mean DNC, but they play this thing up that you got to take what the wealthy have. You got to take it. And the reality is, you ain't taking a damn thing. If you have any idea of what a predator drone can do to a human body, just go Google Syrian babies' bodies, and go see what a predator drone, and understand that that's not the upper class that we're talking about, right? Because they don't really control what happens in Washington, but it's more of that 1%, that upper. But you gotta stop falling into the concept of the others. And my mind was there too. And this was my epiphany from this morning, is the others. I exclude the upper elite from the upper class. But the reality is, that's my othering, right? Like, I'm looking at them like they're not human, and they are. And to a degree, they're locked in the same system that we are. And so I was listening to Debbie talk, and it was just, walking down this path of, we got to stop falling into these narratives of robbing and taking somebody else's things, right? On fear. Like, I'm scared, so I want your guns. You shouldn't have guns because I'm scared, or I want your rights, or I want your tax money to pay health care, or all of these different things on fear. I need to redistribute the wealth. No, you don't. No, you don't need to redistribute a damn thing. Number one, there are more resources on this planet than what anyone on the planet could ever possibly spend. We haven't even begun to tap into what's on this planet if you're really paying attention. Just from a solar energy and hydro and all the energy that this planet has to offer. There are energies that we don't have technology to know even exist yet, or even tap into. And that's not to say what's on the moon or the Mars, or if we ever get there, we are not dumb enough to kill ourselves. So, side note, I don't want to hold this damn thing because this doesn't work out too well, but we got to be smarter than this. There's a collective greed, and we've always fallen trapped to that. There is no great evil in the ruling elite or the upper class or the subclass or the lower. There's no. All we have is a human race that can't figure out it needs to stop drinking some damn milk. Watch people start dropping off. Watch that number go down. The hell, this guy? He crazy. He talking about milk. We talking about saving the world, the planet. He talking about milk. Let me show you something. Oh, dang. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can do this. Let me show you something. If I can reverse the camera. Okay. Let me get my hands off of the wrong spot. I got these big hands. I can't hold it. Do you see what that is? Do you see what's going on here? Those of you who kind of follow some of my videos, you know what I do. And I've got all these citrus trees. I got all these avocado trees. I've got all these trees growing in Pennsylvania that shouldn't be. But I run into problems with ants because they farm aphids. Ants have a propensity for sugar. They gotta have it. It's how they feed their babies. It's how they feed everything. And they can't stop going for the sugar in the milk. So what that is, that's almond milk. And so you can watch the ants that coming to get it, coming to get it, coming to get it, coming to get it. And then, so I leave it out. I call it a milk trap. I leave it out, and when I'm done with these ants, let me put this down. When I get up and I'm done with these ants, that's kind of low. I'm not sure if that's gonna work out, but yep, that's not gonna work out. There we go. They fall prey. Uh-oh. Can't have a crotch video. That's Facebook gonna take that down. So all these ants, they go inside the milk trap. And I get up and I'm like, okay, it's time to go ahead and kill a couple thousand of y'all. And I just take the milk trap, I put it in boiling water, run it down the sink, or just hot water, and they're all gone. I can kill a couple hundred, couple thousand ants in one hit. And we keep falling trapped to that. We keep going for the milk, like since the very beginning, since the onset of modern agriculture. We've wanted to hold things and keep things. When we were hunter-gatherers, we didn't have space. Like, we didn't have the ability to hoard. But with the dawn of modern agriculture and civilizations, we could hoard. And so once we could hoard, we started hoarding. And it's that hoarding that's killing us, right? It's inside us. And this is, you know, why it's deep. There is no great evil. There is no cabal, you know? You just have a species where some lucked up, where they got to a place where they could hoard first, and so they got a bit more than what the others have. And we don't need to take what they have, because there's plenty to go around. We just have to get past this concept of taking what somebody else has. And so, think about, not everybody needs everything. I had this professor, right? And when I first got to college, I won't throw his name out there, but it was for African American studies, right? And we were all in the class, and we were angry, dark-skinned kids, right? Because unfortunately we were raised to. That was what the times did. And we got in class, and I think I forgot how the discussion lay. We got to a point where people were, yelling and screaming, "Well, Dr. Carter, you're not doing nothing. We got to do something." I said his name. It's too late. He said, and someone in the back of the class chimes in, "Well, you must be scared. You must be scared of the elite. You're scared. Mr. Charlie, you're scared of Mr. Charlie," is what they used to say. And he looked at the class and he said, "Yes, you're right. I'm scared of them." And, being angry young kids, we didn't expect that. But he was dropping major wisdom. You better be scared of these people. You are not taking what any of the elite have. You're not. Because they have so much, they'll pay your neighbor to either take it back or prevent you from taking it. You should be scared. And so stop talking about dissemination of wealth. It's not yours. Don't take it. They played the system early, so they got more than everybody did, and there's probably some corruption that's in the place, but we're not going to get anywhere with these other concepts of I'm going to take what's yours. You got to leave it alone. And so and this was kind of my follow-up to her discussion. I certainly encourage you to go back and watch Debbie's. I posted it, the initial portion of the discussion that kind of led up to it. But you get to a point where you can actually see the infighting between the others, and we like to think, okay, so I stepped out of the DNC and the GOP narrative, so everybody else is the other. You know, the lower class and the middle class are together against the upper class, and you realize, no, a lot of the upper class are trapped too. So it's just the 1% of the upper class, and then you start thinking about that. Well, no, because a lot of the upper, all of this is being generated on fear of not having, and fear of needing to have more to protect the more that you already have. And so I think the solution is right there, and this is what, when we talk about the solution is internal, like I think a lot of people who kind of get it realize that the fix in this country is not political. There is no political fix to what's wrong with us, not yet anyway. Our journey, our fix is internal. And I think internal, you got to get to a point where you stop loathing for milk, right? You got to, and I saw a comment. I get what you're saying. This stuff will make you loopy. I'm telling you, my God, yes, this will make you loopy. Why will it make you loopy? Because it's real. The TPS reports that you do on a daily basis, that's not real. You doing whatever work you're doing to make, to help some billionaire buy another yacht, that's not real. You know, you can do that. You don't have to care. But when you start working with your heart, when you start working with your passion, when you start doing what Debbie and a lot of activists do, it takes, oh brother, does it take. It drains you. And I speak from personal accounts. When I used to be involved with this stuff a long time ago, with children's rights, man, when you started looking at what was happening to kids in foster homes, and I still remember the case that I ran into, like this hate and depression and hurt, all this stuff wells up in you because you give a damn, and you're fighting for something real. You're not fighting for TPS reports. And I totally backed out. I was like, I'm done. I can't do it, because the dude took the toddler and put him in a microwave. I was done. I couldn't take anymore. I went through some massive meltdown. Like, I just shut everything down. And at the time, there was no Facebook. It was like MySpace or something. But anyway, the point I'm getting to is, I hear what you're saying, but this thing, giving a damn, will make you mentally ill, especially if you're in a country where a lot of people don't give a damn. So that's what I got. I wanted to talk about something else, but the depth of that conversation went to a place where I don't think we can let the conversation drop. I think that we have to continue to think along those lines of not falling trapped to our own brainwashing. And that was my own brainwashing, and walking around to that final place where there are no others. As long as there's an other, nothing's getting done. Nobody's changing anything, because everyone's got locks in the system to make sure that the system keeps running. The system is sick. There's no great evil. We gotta get rid of the others. And anytime you start talking in terms of others, anytime politicians start talking about others, turn it off. Turn it off, shut it down, go listen to somebody that's intelligent, because there are no others. We are one human race, we are one anthill, and our lust for milk and sugar, money, power, greed, is gonna be the end of us. That's what I got. Stop fighting. Work within yourself.